Seltzer Kings.
Podcasts.
Hey, it's Christy from Lululemon, and I'm here at the office checking out the Shake It Out shorts. These have been my go-tos, and I kind of think of them as a middle ground between a true run short and a more playful, athletic, sporty short. They have all the performance you want for running, so a comfy liner, our lightweight Swift fabric, even a pocket for your keys. But what I really like is the flowy fit and layered hem. It gives it a little bit of volume, a little bit of fun, so they feel as good on a run as they do just at coffee afterwards. You can find the Shake It Out shorts in-store now or online at lululemon.com.
Hi. Oh, Dad, this is Matty.
I recognize her from the Sea Sprite. I'm Keith Mars. I'm sorry for your loss, truly.
Thanks. So I read up on you guys. My physics teacher vouches for you, and Penn thinks you're legit.
The pizza guy?
Phew. We'll sleep easy tonight. Well, he dabbles in solving cold cases.
Yeah, he told us. Once or twice.
He's flaky, though. He's convinced John Benet Ramsey was killed by an owl. So, here I am. You told me Alpha Jolly was a criminal hangout, right?
Sure is.
I think a guy there may have planted the bomb at the Sea Sprite.
Matty, please, sit.
Alpha Jolly handles our vending machines, but the week of the bombings, some guy we didn't know came. There was just something really off about him.
Matty, do you mind my asking you, did your dad have any enemies that you knew about?
Well, I'm guessing whoever was shitting in our ice machines every few days wasn't a fan.
Probably a solid assumption.
Bonjour, comment ça va? Welcome to another episode of Boys Watching Veronica Mars. We're just two boys watching every episode of Veronica Mars for the first time, giving our review and our reactions. We are your hosts. I am Joe Welke.
I am Vance.
And today we're talking about Season 4, Episode 3, titled Keep Calm and Party On. Directed by Joaquin Cedillo, written by Heather V. Regnier. Original air date's the same as all of them, and there's no audience numbers. But before we get into this episode, everybody, make sure you join our Patreon, patreon.com/boyswatchingbuffy. We are kicking off the start of Season 3 of True Blood. We've got 50 Shades Darker coming out this month. We've got a whole butt ton of movies and TV shows backlogged that you can listen to. Angel, Dollhouse, Buffy Comics, Freaks and Geeks. And now, a little bit of True Blood. Join our Discord, link is in the show notes. And join our hearts in singing, Our God is an Awesome God. Oh, God.
What is happening?
This is a religious podcast now.
All right. Yeah, we got True Blood Season 3 kicking off this week on the Patreon.
Yeah.
And just a heads up for the listeners. Next week, I'm going to take a little break from Veronica Mars. I'm going to bring you guys something. You know,
yeah,
we got some stuff going on and some works in the background. So be on the lookout for not this week, but not next week, but the week following. We'll be back to Veronica Mars. So, you know, take it all in when you're listening to this Veronica Mars podcast episode, because you're going to have to, it's going to have to satiate you for 2 weeks.
Yes. Go back and listen to the first episode of Veronica Mars.
Or one of the bonus recaps. Those are always good.
Yeah, those are really good.
Yeah.
We're good at this podcasting thing, I think.
That's for the fan to decide, Joe.
Yes, the one, Slytherin.
Wow. It caused another ruckus on Discord. Yeah. I don't know what's happening in Spoiler Shack. You're not the number one fan, Slytherin. Yeah. I am.
There's a bracket that they've created for who's the number one fan.
All right, get on that, tofu lover.
Get on that. Where did Holy Fat Fish go? He's gone. He couldn't care less about Veronica Mars. How are you though, Vance? Because I care about you.
I'm all right. I'm all right. Yeah, fine. Yeah.
You survived that thunderstorm, everybody.
Survived the thunderstorm that you only know about if you listen to the True Blood podcast.
Yep.
On Patreon.
There was that's a teaser.
That's an exclusive.
Vance almost died last week, everybody.
Almost is reach, but yeah. I'm gonna crack open. I have the last of my C4 strawberry watermelon ices.
I finished those off a little bit ago. Those are so good.
And this week calls for it. This episode and the True Blood season premiere, we got some stuff to talk about.
We got some good stuff to talk about. Indeed, I have the Alani new cotton candy, but I cannot open it because my fingers are too big. I gotta use something to crack this open.
Yes.
There we go. Usually I have a
Since
spoon
the dawn
in
of man, the question has been. I want to see that infomercial. Are your thumbs too big?
You use your thumb to open yours?
Mm-hmm.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I usually use my pointer finger.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, what did we predict for Keep Calm and Party On?
I predicted another bombing and more partying.
Nailed it. Man, you nailed it, dude.
And then I tossed in that we'd see Vinny Van Lowe.
Duh, you fucked up.
Yeah.
You fucked up so bad.
I had it, and I reached for the stars.
Yeah.
Flew too close to the sun.
Predict?
You predicted this would be a focus on Nicole, maybe bombing at Comrade Quack's. Think the Daddy Dick did it. No. They literally don't think the Daddy Dick is involved. And Logan and Veronica have an argument about her going to therapy, which I pushed back on and was like, I don't even think we're going to talk about it anymore. And we're
definitely did not talk about it this episode.
Yeah, I think that's done. I'd be the only reason I think therapy will come back is because last episode, Logan mentioned his therapist by name. He didn't say, I'm going to therapy. He was like, all the work I'm doing with Jane. And it's like, you don't, in a show, you don't really name that character.
What if Jane is code for Jake Kane? And
there's so much stuff left from the movie. Like, I don't want to get into it, but it seems like I just would love like a little bit of follow-up from that.
A little closure.
Based off of something that we see later in this episode.
Yeah, I agree with you. But we don't get that. Should we get into this episode?
Yeah, let's just dive right in.
All right, it opens up with Veronica Mars jogging around at night or the wee hours of the morning. 5 a.m, I guess. She's explaining in her inner monologue that ever since Logan joined the Navy, he gets up at 5. And so that means that she gets up at 5 and Neptune has been experiencing a crime wave. And then somebody runs up on Veronica from behind with a knife to her neck and is like, give me all your fucking money. Give me your wallet. Give me your phone. And Veronica, she subdues him. She recognizes that he's a PCHer because he seems like a teenager. She sees a motorcycle glove and he is of Latin descent. And she's just sassing him while she's got a knife to her neck the whole time. And she tases him. She takes his knife and then she's like, give me all the stuff that you stole. And then she takes it all. And then she goes, you know what? There's something else missing here. I want your fucking wallet. So he's like, are you kidding me? She's like, no, I got a knife and a taser. Give me your wallet. The kid's like, all right, fine. So he gives her his wallet and he runs off after Veronica tells him, go on, get. And he had 6 of the crispest $100 bills she had ever laid hands on in his wallet. And it sparked a conspiracy theory in Veronica that would change her life.
I don't like this scene at all.
Why not?
I'm going to go beat by beat. But first I want to mention, I recognize this actor. He was in American Vandal.
Oh, that spoof show?
Parody Netflix crime mockumentary kind of thing. I only saw the first season. I never saw the second one. I should see the second one. It was the one
where they were like spray painting dicks everywhere,
yeah,
right?
It's great. It's incredible. Let's start off with one. Veronica's jogging before daybreak outside. She's tiny. She's jogging alone. She's not keeping an eye out on her surroundings because there is no cover for this guy to come out from. He's just there. Why are you doing this, Veronica?
Right, dude. Like, it just makes no sense. She's so small.
Okay, like, and you're not invincible. Like, whatever. Okay, so that's already, I'm like, what are you doing? So then she gets mugged. And she's like, oh, you're a PCHer. And then that's supposed to throw the person off. That's a reason to kill you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if you tell me what gang I'm in. That's not going to make me go, oh, no, how'd you figure that out? It's like, yeah, because PCHers have been mugging people. It's obvious.
That's just what they do. That's what they've been doing for forever.
But then she's high and mighty about it. I don't care if he's young. He's got a knife in your whatever. So
she's more savvy than that. She's too old and wise to get stabbed, Vance.
But not too old and wise to not get grabbed. What if he wasn't? What if it was someone else?
What if there's a bomber. Where's her gun? She has a gun?
What if it was one of Liam Fitzpatrick's goons?
Oh yeah, because they hate that girl.
Yeah, like stop running at whatever. So we get past that. And then we get the $100 bills.
Yeah.
And I get what they're going for here. I feel like she's seen some Chris hundreds in her time.
Yeah. I've seen Chris hundreds.
Yes. Like sometimes you just get new ones. Like sometimes you just get new money.
I've never held it and been like, oh no.
His money isn't wrinkled and bloody. He's got. And here's the thing. They keep doing this tease at the beginning of an episode that right away I kind of know what she's going to think from it. But then she says that I think it leads to a conspiracy instead of just letting it breathe and being like, huh, that's weird. Don't say anything. But now as soon as she says that, I'm like, well, now I know what's going to happen. And I'll bring that kind of up when we get to the end. But I don't like how they're teasing things in this season.
Okay. I was going to say I'm really enjoying season 4 more so than the last season for sure. Like I just think this. I mean, if you're comparing filming seasons. Style, like the more subdued style is working for me. Like they don't have any of the goofy like when like funny stuff is happening. And there's less funny stuff happening.
They're still doing weird character things though for me. So. It's not, I will say, it's definitely better than 3.
Yeah. So then we get the sad, sappy intro song. Then we go to Alonzo and his boy. I still don't know this guy's name.
It sucks. I did look it up once and I forgot it, but he's great. I like him.
Yeah, no, both of these guys are fantastic. I fucking love them.
They have that, they're dangerous, but they're also bumbling. It's very Coen Brothers-esque style.
Yeah. His name is Dodie Mendoza.
Okay. We got Alonzo and Dodie?
Dodie.
Okay.
So they're at the hotel room. They're watching infomercials, and they're talking about how they got to find the congressman, and there's a knock at the door. I got to say, this episode, so many knocks at doors. So many knocks at doors, so many cameras, like, you know, you never know who's going to be at the door. Mm-hmm. There's like 5 to 7 knocks at the doors, and you're like, oh shit, who's at the door?
There's a knock at the door later in this episode, and it's just a knock at the door, and it's like, come in, because the door's unlocked, I believe, at Veronica's. And I'm like, what are we doing?
Bro, I made a note later on in the episode because there was a knock at the door at Veronica's. She doesn't have a ring cam. She doesn't have a peephole. She's just opening doors blind.
I think it's very nitpicky, but it's just like she's a private detective that carries a gun, and people have wanted to hurt her and her family in this town. And it's just so willy-nilly.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, I mean, you brought it up at Mars Investigations when Clyde came in.
Yeah. It's like...
But, like, this is Veronica's home. Doesn't have a peephole? Doesn't look... She just wanders over, opens the door.
Yeah.
Could be anybody there.
All right, we're already off the rails. But I thought about this, too, about last episode. When Logan loses his shit and punches the wall, right?
Yeah.
They have a dog. That dog doesn't bark or do anything.
You're
know,
right.
if someone does that, the dog is going to bark. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Nothing happens. They just punch the wall, start banging on the countertop. Dog just is doing nothing.
Mm.
Doorbell rings. Dog, nothing.
Yeah.
Like, knock on the door, nothing.
Damn. Yeah, that is...
Like,
that is a pretty good nitpick.
It's a nitpick, but I'm just like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
But yeah, Alonzo and Dodie, they get a knock at the door, and it's like the cleaning lady or something. Claudia is her name.
I'm gonna call her a housekeeper.
Okay. I'm gonna call her by her name, Claudia, because we learn it. Is she talking to him about some like hair product that she made him?
She's bringing those little shampoos and joking that she makes them herself.
Okay. Yeah, because Alonzo is macking on this lady, dude.
Mm-hmm.
So then we go to Patton Oswalt at Cho's Pizza, and he's talking to Matty, and he's telling her that he thinks the Maloofs did the bombing, and Matty's like, why would the Maloofs hire a PI if they did it? Patton's like, to throw off the scent. And she's like, well, then why did the Mars investigations take the job? And then Patton Oswalt's like, money. And then he talks to Matty about like, well, yeah, I mean, the Mars people, they're pretty famous around here for being inept, kind of. Matty's like, what? He's like, you don't know about the Lily Kane murder? Why don't you use Google? And he kind of gives her the lowdown on Lily Kane murder. Like, you know, Veronica's best friend was murdered. Keith bungled the investigation, went after the wrong guy. And it pissed the whole town off, and he got ousted as the sheriff.
I love that he said he got ran out of town, and Keith has never left.
In fact, he stayed so much that he got elected sheriff again.
He didn't get elected sheriff. He got appointed sheriff.
He was appointed sheriff. You're right. But then Patton Oswalt's boss comes out, and she's like, hey, Patton Oswalt, you got some fans here. I think they're from King of Queens. My eyes are getting weary. Oh, back again tight. And they want you to, because Patton Oswalt's been making the rounds on the news and all this shit, and he's got like a fan base around him. So she kicks Matty out. Patton Oswalt goes to see his quote unquote fans, and they're like, we're so happy that you're going after the Maloofs. And then they make a bunch of incredibly racist things. Mm-hmm. These were new racist terms that I've never heard.
I don't remember the terms, but yeah, the racist guys are happy shut down the Middle Eastern politician, and he's like, and there's some other politician that's running against him that's there.
No, it was an interview from a news guy.
Oh, that was a news guy. Okay.
Yeah, because the news guy's like, hey, we'd like to talk to you. And then Patton Oswalt is trying to like spout his conspiracies to that guy, and he's not paying attention. Mm-hmm. And Patton Oswalt's like, oh, man, nobody's paying attention to me. And then he's doing the interview on the news, and the Maloofs are watching this news interview, and they're getting upset because he's spouting all this stuff about the Maloofs. And like, I think they did it. I know they paid off the fiance. They wanted to pay off the fiance to cancel the engagement. And this is the first Alex the guy who was engaged to Tawny, is hearing about this.
Yeah.
And he's like, you fucking did what?
Mm-hmm.
And that's when Keith and Veronica show up. Logan's also there too because he's security detail for the Maloofs.
He's just standing around.
Yeah, standing with his arms crossed, or his hands, by his crotch.
It's crazy that he doesn't have a bigger team, this congressman. He doesn't have a campaign advisor. He's not having to do any work.
Well, he's getting out of politics.
But he's still in it, technically. Right?
Yeah, I guess.
All right, yeah.
But Veronica and Keith show up, and Congressman Maloof is there. He's like, oh, thank God you guys are here. Alex, Mom, get out of here so I can talk to Keith and Veronica.
Where did they go? To the other room where you can obviously hear everything?
Right?
Yeah.
They could do that thing where they put the ear to the door, or put a cup to the door, or whatever. But Congressman Daniel Maloof, he shows Veronica and Keith an email that he got. It's a blackmail. It says, re-enter the Senate race, and next time we won't miss. And so he's being blackmailed via this email person, and they're making it seem like they're the ones doing the bombing because this blackmailer has a compromising video of him. And Veronica's like, what is it? What is it on the video? And he's like, it's embarrassing. And Keith's like, we've seen it all. And Maloof is like, it's me jerking it to a cam girl. And Keith and Veronica like roll their eyes like, oh, yeah, sure.
They literally do the Trump thing and say it's not in pussy grabbing range.
Yeah. It's just humiliating.
I thought Veronica was going to show him her sex tapes. My best friend that died, Lily Kane, had a sex tape. I have a sex tape. We all have sex tapes.
Logan's had sex tapes.
Yeah. And Keith was like, wait, what happened?
But Veronica puts together like, oh, this is why you're voting the way that you're voting. The automatic weapons vote and the minimum wage vote. And Daniel Maloof is like, yeah, and I don't want to fucking deal with it anymore. And that's why I'm getting out of politics. I don't want to be blackmailed anymore. I have a wife and kids. Like, I'm worried that my kids will see the video of me spanking my baloney to this cam girl.
Now, is he voting against? Are his votes not popular? They just kind of said that he's been voting a certain way. And I was wondering if his votes aren't popular, wouldn't it be hard for him to win the election regardless? Yeah,
it seems like his votes go against his, like if he's liberal, he's voting Republican.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess he does mention he's the Middle Eastern Barack Obama.
Yeah.
But I feel like he would just lose if he ran for Senate because in the primaries, because they'd be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
I don't know. But we don't have time to deal with the whole how politics works and how this guy would have a team of people around him.
Yeah. But Veronica's like, do you know that they have a video of you jerking it? And he's like, they sent a sample. She's like, all right, well, I think I got somebody that can track down this blackmailer.
He's like, I didn't. And then I got nervous and I did it again. And that's the one he filmed.
And I kept doing it. Now I have an OnlyFans page.
I'm doing it right now. It pans down. He's like, oh my God.
Logan's there like, not again.
Logan's like, I need to call Dick.
So we go back to Alonzo and Dodie, and Dodie like digs a Bible out of the trash because Alonzo threw it in the trash earlier. And they're watching the news, and Pat and Oswald still talking on the news, and they're like, oh shit, hey, Alonzo, we got to get our shoes on because we got a clue. Something was just hand delivered to us. So now they think it's the congressman. They know where he is or whatever.
Yeah, they know he's at the hotel.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, boy, were they just going to sit around and watch the news until they came up? Like, they didn't figure out, like, what is their tracking ability?
I don't know. They tracked down King Pogorski pretty well.
Yeah, but they couldn't track down that the congressman was just...
I mean, honestly, these guys are better PIs than Keith and Veronica.
No way.
They track down people really well.
Yeah, because the news tells them. The way they get their information. Yeah.
I mean, there's something later on they track down. I don't know how they fucking. Oh, I guess I do know. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But they're good tracker downers.
They're
I
not
like
good
these
track.
guys.
They're sitting in a hotel room being like, what should we do?
I like these guys. They got to go to Walmart and get new clothes to fit in.
Yeah.
So Veronica and Keith are eating, and they don't think that the blackmailer is the bomber. They're going to try to get somebody to trace the blackmailer. And I wrote it's probably Mac, but we find out later it's not.
I know. I
was like, this is definitely a job for Mac.
I thought it was weird the way Keith asked too. He's like, are you going to ask the person I think you're going to ask to track down this emailer? And I was like, why is this such a bad thing to do? You seem to do that like all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't get it. But then Keith gets a text about there's been more rats spotted at the grocery store that they've installed ring cams to, but not their houses.
They're not ring cams. They're whatever, surveillance cams. I don't know why they don't have any at the office or their homes, but sure.
I'm curious to see how this rats story is going to fold into the bombing.
Yeah.
Because this seems very like nothing burger.
Yeah, once they brought that up, I was like, oh yeah, we still have this Hugh and this quote unquote rat situation. And I'm like, yeah, I don't really care yet.
Yeah. I'm like, how is this going to play into this bullshit?
Hugh's the bomber.
He is. Anyway, so we go to Chief Langdon walking around fucking the police station. The mayor's giving Chief Langdon a bunch of shit. Like, there were 2 hijacked trucks. There's a bunch of muggings. King Pogorski's still missing. People are pissed. What are you doing? And she's like, well, I got a bombing that I'm investigating. And he's like, well, the congressman is there and he's waiting in the interrogation room.
It's crazy that she's talking to the mayor this way.
Yeah. I mean, she does have a gun, and he probably doesn't.
She's going to shoot the mayor?
Neptune has a long history of mayors dying.
If she said that would be funny. That would be funny. She takes out her gun, starts tapping on her head like, let me think.
What happened to the last mayor of Neptune? Starts scratching her chin with the gun.
I mean, that would have been relevant if she brought that up. Be like, hey, and the last mayor of Neptune, I believe. I mean, he probably not the last mayor of Neptune since it's been so many, but like one of the mayors of Neptune got like, blowed up. So yeah, she could have brought that up.
Exploded.
But yeah,
Maloof is in this interrogation room and he wants cigarettes. He wants cigarettes so bad, and Logan won't let him have them. Big Daddy Logan won't let the congressman have a ciggy. No. And then Langdon comes in. She's pissed that Logan's there. She's like, who the hell are you?
This blows my mind. Because she would not have been the chief of police in the movie. But the movie is only, 4 years from this moment or something? How many years?
Yeah. Movie was 2014. This is 2019. So
5 years. She has to know who Logan is.
Yeah.
Like, maybe not by face, but when he says Logan Eccles, Eccles is not a common name.
She would know Logan Eccles by Aaron Eccles.
Yes, she would say Eccles. Yeah. Oh, you mean that guy, that famous celebrity that was murdered at the Neptune Grand that may or may not have killed a high schooler? Okay, sure.
Oh, you're Logan Eccles, the guy whose all of his girlfriends have died?
Oh, you were married to that pop star that died in Neptune in that crazy murder case related to Veronica Mars.
Yeah.
It's just...
But she kicks Logan out. She's like, you don't get a +1 in the interrogation room. I'm like, oh, God. Okay. So Logan goes out into the hall and he reads something out on like the bulletin board and he takes a picture of it.
Mm-hmm.
He starts chuckling. But then he comes home to Veronica.
I thought he was going to show it to her right there. This is what I was expecting in the scene.
I thought so too. But nope. That's a picture for later in the episode.
Yeah.
Veronica needs a favor. She asks Logan to track down the blackmailer since Mac is in Istanbul.
Yeah, and since he has government clearance.
Yeah.
I still think that's very random. Like, he doesn't have computer knowledge for that, technically.
Yeah.
You just need, they don't have another hacker, someone else that works at Kane Software that lives in town?
They haven't made a new friend in this town. Like, it's been years. They haven't made a new friend.
Is my high school hacker friend Mac or no one?
My high school boyfriend Logan.
Yeah.
My dad. Like, you gotta keep making connections if you're the PI in the town.
Keith always has connections. He had connections in Vegas. He had connections. He could just call up someone and like, hey, can you just track down this emailer?
Yeah.
Sometimes Veronica would track down stuff. Remember that the Paul Rudd episode where she was like, oh yeah, AIM has this and you could track down this. Like, she knew something. I don't know. Whatever. Again, nitpicky. Stepping back.
Yeah. Yep. Logan says he's gonna look into it. And the spring breakers underneath of them, the Airbnbers, they're being loud and they're pissed about it. And Logan reveals to Veronica, hey, the Maloofs don't know that I can speak Arabic, so I'm privy to conversations they don't think he understands. And Veronica's like, well, what are they saying? And he goes, well, I heard them talking that they were going to pay off Tawny, Alex's fiance, and that idea came from the mom. And a lot of people have no idea why Maloof is leaving politics. But Veronica, I think that you might know. And before Veronica can tell him, there's a knock at the door.
Or before Veronica can not tell him.
Yeah. It's Patton Oswalt. I refuse to learn his name in the show.
His name is Penn.
Something.
Yeah. Penn.
Patton Oswalt. And Veronica answers the door and she's like, hey, why do you think Maloof is the one that's doing the bombings? This is all a ruse. She ordered a pizza from Cho's to get Patton Oswalt to come. Mm-hmm. And she's like, why do you think Daniel Maloof is in this? And Patton Oswalt is like, think about it. Follow the money. The mom wanted to pay off Tawny. There was another clue. I forget what it is.
Yeah, I don't really remember.
But then he's talking about how like he got some shrapnel in his back in the bombing and he's waiting for forensic results that will prove that Maloof did it. And he invites Veronica to come to the next Murderheads meeting where he's going to share the results that blows this case wide open.
Insane that he would be getting the forensics evidence from shrapnel that was in his back as opposed to the police. Because I actually don't know what Congdon's doing to actually try to solve this mystery.
You mean Langdon?
Langdon. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like he's doing more investigating than the police. Like he might be off and have some like wild conspiracies, but like at least he's looking into it.
Yeah. What are the police actually doing?
I don't know.
The congressman came to see them. They didn't go to see him.
They're waiting for Keith and Veronica to solve it.
Yeah.
And they can take credit.
And she's like, Mayor, I'm so busy waiting for Mars to solve this case. I can't stop the PCHer muggings that have been happening for 20 years.
So Veronica's like, maybe I will come to the Murderheads meeting. So she closes the door. Logan's phone is buzzing, and it's Dick Casablancas, and he needs pants. And they got, because he's at Comrade Quack's doing some kind of wackadoo bullshit. And then so Veronica and Logan are like, should we go to Comrade Quack's? And Veronica's like, well, I do kind of need to go to there to get some evidence from security footage from Nicole Malloy. So we might as well just go to Comrade Quack's. So they do.
And I just want to say, Veronica looks like she's making like some chicken. She's cooking some chicken. They just got
making some chicken.
Got some pizza delivered.
Yep.
All right. Stop everything. Let's go 9 blocks down the street to Comrade Quacks.
So they show up and they got pants, and Dick is like the party host of the night at Comrade Quacks.
The king of spring break.
God.
How is this happening?
He's in Catalina Heat. He's one of the stars of Catalina Heat.
That character's the star?
Yeah, the one that gets stabbed seemingly in the beginning of the movie.
In the inciting incident?
Yeah. But he's hosting a dance competition and he's leading this dance party. And Veronica's like, this is crazy. He's got a little gold underwear on and all this shit. We got a nice zoom in on his dick.
There's a life-size poster of him.
There are 2 fat heads of Dick Casablancas at this place. Wearing the exact outfit that he's wearing that night.
Yeah, so he posed for this previously. This had to be planned. It's not like he posed that morning and they printed these out.
Yeah.
Here's my big, when I was talking about character stuff. This is fitting for Dick, right?
Yeah.
Nothing, this is all Dick Casablancas. Now, why would Nicole have Daddy Dick's son running an event at her bar?
Yep.
Why? We saw her giving shit to Daddy Dick in a hearing or whatever, in a town hall or whatever.
Yeah.
No way you have his son being the guy that's in your bar.
Maybe she's doing it to like get closer to Daddy Dick. Like,
if anything, he's figuring out more stuff about your business that he could tell Daddy Dick. That just didn't add up to me. Maybe you're right. Maybe next episode she'll be like, oh, I kept him close for this. But stuff that happens later in this episode, I'm like, now I'm just confused by this character. If
stuff that happens immediately after this confuses the fuck out of me. So Veronica goes to Nicole's office, asks for the security footage. She gets it. Nicole gives Veronica a drink. And Veronica sees the glove that Nicole used to punch out the douche bro. She's like, oh, I like this thing. Logan and Dick show up. And then they all are just like bantering. They're quipping. Logan's punching Dick in the dick.
Mm-hmm. No, because Dick says that he would marry Nicole right now if he had a ring. Hey, Logan, give me a ring. Give me a ring.
You got one, don't you?
Yeah. And it's like, that's such a fun Dick making fun of Veronica and Logan at the same time move, which I liked. Yeah. And that's when he gets Dick punched.
But then out of nowhere, Nicole offers them ecstasy. And they all take it. And then they start drinking and partying. And I was like, wait, what?
Nicole, who we saw just punch a guy who was basically Dick Jr., is now doing E with Dick. Yeah.
And partying.
And not doing this to like get him in trouble as blackmail because you can't blackmail Dick Casablancas.
Yeah. Veronica's got a t-shirt gun.
Yeah, then it's just a party scene and they're shooting. Here's what I'm going to say. If I see these people partying, one, she works at that bar. I don't know why she's partying with the Spring Breakers. And Spring Breakers are young.
Yeah. Early 20s. Teens, early 20s.
Yeah.
And these are like 40-year-olds.
They're not that old, but I don't know. Are they? They're not like, they're probably, they're probably older 30. They're probably 30. They're probably in their like 30s still. They're still in their 30s. But still, seeing like a guy that's been to Fallujah twice and Logan dancing around the bar owner partying, which would be fine, I guess. But they're like going crazy. And no kids are like, let's party with these people all the time.
You better play no scrubs. I don't want no scrubs. Scrub is the guy who ain't getting no love from me. Sitting on the passenger side of his best friend ride, trying to holler at me.
It felt like they just wanted a party scene.
Yeah.
And I just felt like if Dick Casablancas and Nicole were the question for me. I just don't understand why she's with her op.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't really make sense. And I don't know why Veronica's doing E and drinking.
Because.
What about that chicken? What about that pizza?
That pizza's going to be so good when they get back.
Yeah. Well, it's the next morning and Logan's showering. Veronica stumbles into the bathroom, starts barfing. Then there's a knock at the door. And this is where I wrote on my thing, like, Veronica doesn't have a peephole or a ring cam, see who it is. It is wild. But luckily, it's just Keith.
Mm-hmm.
And he can tell that she's been drinking. He found out who the rat guy is. It's a dude that works at a bakery down the street. And he's going to go confront him. And Veronica's like, I think I'm going to watch some of that Comrade Quacks footage. And that's basically that scene, to be honest with you.
We find out that Veronica has a nickname. She's called V-Card from the neighbor now because of the party.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. What was his name? Jason?
Jackson, maybe.
Jackson, yeah. Jackson, he's cool. We danced last night. He was like, I don't care.
I would have loved for Logan to run out. Who are you dancing with?
Punch a hole in the wall.
Do you love this, Veronica? I'm angry all the time.
That's my secret. I'm always angry.
It's so lame they added the Hulk line too. Like he said that.
Yeah,
like,
he literally
reference,
did say that. Yeah,
and then he says the Hulk thing. It's like, oh man, just if you get it, you get it. But sure.
So Veronica's hungover at the office now, and she doesn't really see anything helpful in the security footage, but she shows Keith the video of Nicole knocking the douche bro out with the glove, and she's like, hey, we need to get me that glove. It's pretty fucking dope, dude.
Yeah, it's called the sap glove, she says.
Yeah. And she also found out that Jimmy Hatfield was on a registered sex offender list. I'm guessing that's the douche bro.
That I guess so. I mean, shouldn't Dick be on that list?
Yeah. But Keith is happy because he got a confession from the rat guy. He's been doing all this rat business because Hugh's grocery store sold him a bad steak once.
They're not buying it.
I was like, this can't be the end of this story. I'm not buying it.
They're not buying it.
They're like, that seems like a bit of an overreaction. And Keith's like, don't you think?
Yeah.
There's a knock on the door. Come in.
She's just able to come in.
Yep. It's Matty. And Matty comes in. She's like, oh. Veronica and Keith are like, oh, this is Matty. Oh, shit. She's like, yeah, I read up on the Mars family, and turns out that you're legit. You know, Patton Oswalt thinks you're legit. Somebody else thinks you're legit. So I'm here. I'm going to talk to you about my conspiracy theories, even though I was such a bitch to you last episode for no reason. I've been a bitch to everyone in this show so far, but now
except for the pizza guy, except for Patton Oswalt.
Oh yeah, she does. She does like
Patton. Yeah,
but she thinks that a guy from Alpha Jolly Amusements planted the bomb at the Sea Sprite because Alpha Jolly handles the vending machines, and like the day before the bombing or whatever, a different guy came to restock the vending machines, and you know he gave us gum, and we don't usually get gum. He was some guy who had a big mole. It was suspicious.
Someone on Discord mentioned that it might be like in schools where they don't want you to have gum because you're gonna like stick it on stuff.
Yeah, that all right.
I mean, sure. That's fine. It's just not where the first thing my mind goes to when I hear that statement. Yeah. But another thing is just a little technical thing about like bombings, and whenever there's like a fire or explosion, they investigate the source of the explosion, right? Yeah. So they should be able to tell if the explosion, what side of the room it came from, like where the initial point was. Like you should be able to prove that, okay, it was at least in the vending machine. It wasn't behind. Like, I don't know how they do that stuff. I don't know how a building's burnt down and the chief of the fire department is like, oh yeah, it was an electrical fire started here. It's like, okay. I mean, hot spots, you know, that's their specialty. I just would love for them to be like, oh, it came from that section. Like, is there no reporting on the explosion that they can look at?
I guess not. Chief Langdon's dropping the ball on that too. So Keith asked Matty if her dad had any enemies that she knows about or debts. Don't all adults?
Keith's like, no, we just made like 11 grand in like 2 days. What are you talking
about? But Matty's like, yeah, you know what? There was a guy that's been taking shits in our ice machine.
You know, when they said it, they were like people taking shits in our ice machine. I was like, God damn, that's gross.
Yeah, that is disgusting, and that's so crazy to do.
especially at a party place.
Yeah, But I mean, this is like a recurring thing.
Yeah,
apparently.
like, it keeps
she didn't say
happening.
like a guy took a shit there once. She was like, there's been a guy that has been taking shits, multiple. But yeah, Matty says like, well, the new vending machine guy had a very prominent mole, so I would be able to recognize him if I saw him again. And then Veronica's like, all right, you know what that means? You're going on a stakeout with me.
Mm-hmm.
So they go on a stakeout. And Veronica's got her big old camera, and Matty starts asking Veronica about the Lily Kane murder. And they're like, hey, Veronica, were you angry when that happened? And Veronica's like, I'm still angry. That's my secret. I'm always angry.
I'm so angry. I just fucked the son of the guy who murdered her over and over. I'm just gonna, that's my payback every day.
Her ex-boyfriend's now my guy who I just rejected to be my fiance.
Yeah, it's so connected. There's no way you can't look at Logan and still see her. I mean,
yeah, right.
It's
so bizarre, dude.
Yeah.
But Maddie's like, yeah, well, my dad was all I had. And she looks very somber, and Veronica's like, let me distract you from your sad thoughts. This is how you use a camera. You use this button and it goes click and you take the picture. And then Maddie's like, thanks, Veronica. Wait, there's the mole guy.
Well, they also do a lame little selfie joke. She's like, how do I take a selfie with this? And Veronica's like, what? And she's like, God, you're too easy.
Yeah.
But it is one of those things where she hands the camera and it looks like she's passing the torch kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it also has that, hey, let me help you. And stand behind her and just like, and you put your finger here and you click. Like,
yeah. Let me show you how to shoot pool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's one of those.
Junk up against their butt.
Yeah.
Let me show you how to drive a golf. You just can't follow through like that.
She puts her hand over her hand. It's like, and it's easy. You just put your finger down and click.
Yeah. Breathing on her neck.
But no, they see the guy.
Yeah, they see the guy, and she takes a bunch of pictures, and she's like, I did it. And Veronica's like, let's get some extra credit. And Veronica takes pictures of the dude's license plate. And then they're like, now we're going to make my dad do all the boring work.
You still have a dad.
My dad can be your dad. We'll take you into our custody. But Keith is calling people about like whose car he's trying to figure out whose car it is. So he calls the person who the car is registered to. Mm-hmm. And he's like, hey, there's been an accident involving your car. We need to get some information. And this person is like, hey, motherfucker, my car is right outside my house. And I belong to a gun club. And if you try to scam me again, I will fucking find you and I will kill you. And then hangs up. And Keith's like, okay. Mm-hmm. But she tells him what gun club she belongs to. So then Keith calls up that gun club and gets information. And he gets the idea of this lady's boyfriend. His name is Perry Walsh. Mm-hmm. And then Keith looks up Perry Walsh on notprivateeyeswithaz.com. It's like backgroundtracker.com or something, background info or something. I was like, oh, where'd Private Eyes with a Z go?
Got shut down. Couldn't compete with Logan's ass site.
Oh, yeah. I wonder how that's doing.
That's why Max in Istanbul.
Yeah. But Keith reads the report, the rap sheet on Perry Walsh, and he goes, sweet Jesus. And he heads right for Chief Langdon. And he lets her know that Perry Walsh, who stocked the vending machine at the Sea Sprite the day of the bombing or whatever, he did a stint in Cheeto 2 years ago for sending a bomb to his ex-girlfriend. And Chief Langdon's like, buddy, we interviewed everybody that works at Alpha Amusements. There was no Perry Walsh employed there. And Keith goes, here's a picture of Perry Walsh leaving Alpha Jolly 5 hours ago. And Langdon's like, ugh, sure, Keith, thanks. We'll look into it. Then Keith shakes his head and he's like, these fucking cops, dude, they never change. And he leaves. And as soon as like they can't see him anymore, Langdon says to her, like, crony, like, is he gone? And he's like, yeah, he's gone. And Langdon's like, mobilize a SWAT team right now. We gotta fuck, that guy's definitely the bomber.
Yeah, they did she didn't look into any other information, but I love that she's trying to play it cool for some reason.
Yeah, I don't get,
because I think I like Langdon because seems like she's on the up and up as opposed to the Lambs. But everybody still has that ego thing where they just need to be like, we're the ones that did
glory and all that kind of shit. I never understood that whole thing where like in cop shows or movies where it's like, we're getting the FBI involved. They're like, no, this is my case. Like, yeah, you fucking take it. You know?
Yeah, there's going to be another murder. It's like, no, I want this solved because then, yeah. It's always one of those. It's trickier in shows like this where the private investigator has solved multiple major crimes. Like I watched the show Slow Horses, and it's about like this spy organization, but then these are the outcasts of the spy organization. But at this point in like season whatever they're in, they have stopped multiple major terrorist attacks.
Yeah.
Yet they still get treated like shit anytime they poke their nose into something. They're like, leave it to us. We'll get it. I'm like, we solved the last 3. Like it's always just so funny. I was like, they're not bad now. Once you start solving the crimes, once you figure out, what did they figure out in like season 3 and season 2? That's
they figured out that fucking Landry murdered people. And
yeah, that was like in the middle of it.
Tim Foyle.
And you solve the rape cases. Like, why are we shitting on these people?
I guess I think it's a good thing that they showed like Patton Oswalt, because I would assume that like people like Patton Oswalt that have like wacky conspiracies would show up to the cops all the time, and that would be annoying. But it seems like Keith and Veronica have like, they're legit.
Yeah.
And they've actually solved, and they have like an actual brick and mortar, hey, this is Mars Investigations. Like Patton Oswalt's a pizza guy that looks into it on social media.
Yeah, I guess it's just you don't want someone else poking their nose in your job and telling you how to do it and do it better. But
yeah, I guess so.
Let's just solve the crime to people.
Yeah. Logan is with Daniel Maloof, and he's heading out for the day, and he's like, hey, I'm leaving. Whatever you do, don't leave. Don't answer the door. Good night. And Maloof is like, yeah. And he's chewing nicotine gum like feverishly. Because he's got to have that nicotine. He's got to have a cigarette. I miss having cigarettes.
What is the point of being rich? Like, what is the point of being rich if you don't hire another security guy?
Right?
What are you doing? What are you doing? Like, Logan has hired security people for Veronica off of a trust fund in college. Just get another guy. Get a night guy.
Are you not doing the insider trading that all Congress and Senate people are doing?
He has enough money. I just don't understand. The point of being rich, I would say one of the non-evil things about being rich is that you can solve every little inconvenience with money.
Yeah.
Order yourself with some cigarettes. Yeah. Call down to the front office. Call down to the front and tell Ratner to bring you up some cigarettes.
Was Postmates around in 2019? Postmates some cigarettes.
You could deliver it. You could deliver stuff in 2019.
Yeah.
You could go to the rooftop and see where all the murders and stuff had happened and smoke a cigarette up there.
Yeah, that's true. Just let the guy have a cigarette. Logan gave him some kind of quote that would have probably been on his voicemail years ago.
He like butchered it.
Albert Einstein. Yeah. But Logan has to go because he and Veronica are showing up to Patton Oswalt's Murderhead meeting. And I did enjoy this because they walk in and they're like, oh my God. All the Murderheads are like, you're Veronica Mars. You're Logan Eccles. You guys have, there's so much news and murders and conspiracy surrounding you two. Like, this is crazy.
Why does no one else react like that anywhere?
Yeah, well,
They would be hanging out in high school and people wouldn't even look at them like that was something.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. There was that one pizza guy that recognized Veronica. Remember?
Pizza people recognize Veronica.
Yeah. And then Veronica got him in on a case or whatever.
Yeah, she had him like, did she do the fake accent or something? Like he did or something like that? They were calling for something. I don't know.
Yeah. But, they all recognize them from conspiracies surrounding the Lily Kane murder. And one guy, they're like, oh my God, are you two dating? And the one guy on the webcam, his name is Don. He's a real dickhead.
It's Duncan Clark, the guy that was in hot tub time machine and like
Yeah,
the end of The Office, but he's got like a crazy wig, but I can recognize his voice.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, of course they're together. They've been through so much, they're too damaged to be with anyone else. And I was like, God damn, bro.
There's one point where they keep bringing up the Lily Kane thing. And then Logan goes, don't forget, son of the murderer.
Yeah. And then Patton Oswalt is like, believed by some to be the murderer.
Yeah. And I'm like, they better not relitigate the Lily Kane murder at the end of this season where like it wasn't Aaron Eccles and it was someone else. Because they cut back later and they talk about like the height that you had to be struck by hit the head. It had to be so much shorter.
Yeah, and Duncan was covered in blood.
Veronica has no lines in this.
Yeah.
She just stands there listening to these people talk about her friend's murder, the fact that she's dating the suspected murderer's son, and she's just sitting there.
Yeah.
No quip, nothing.
We get a rundown of the team, though, of the Murderheads, or at least some of them. We get Herc, who is the forensics expert. Then we got Carol, who is a social media expert. Carol thinks that the person behind the bombing is El Despiadado because Gabriel Flores was killed in the bombing, and he's, the nephew of one of the biggest Mexican drug cartels.
And Veronica's like, repeat that, please? And how do you spell that? Despiadado?
I was like, all right, Carol's on to something. Because El Despiadado sent some dudes up here.
This group is better than they're led on to be.
Mm-hmm.
And they bring up paella again. I don't know what's going on this season.
Yeah. Carol makes a hell of a paella.
Yeah.
Logan was making paella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is a Spanish dish.
Yeah. Have you ever had paella?
Mm-hmm. I've had paella multiple
Pretty
times.
good.
Yeah.
Pretty good stuff.
We made it once, yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff.
We did an untraditional Thanksgiving when we had paella.
Love that. So we go back to Daniel Maloof. He's nervously chewing his gum. He's shaking. And then he runs out of gum. He's like, fuck. And then he's like, turns to his family who are in other rooms. He's like, I'm going to go out and I'm going to go grab some snacks. And they're like, I don't give a fuck. Go. Alex says something like that. He's like, I don't care. And I was like, bro, you got a death wish.
What is, like, he has so much nicotine gum that he would be, I don't think a cigarette would like be too much at that point.
Yeah. But he goes downstairs and Alonzo and Dodie, they've been outside staking out the hotel. They're waiting for Maloof to leave and he's leaving. And they're like, all right, well, let's see where he goes. And he's walking and then a van pulls up and kidnaps Maloof.
Mm-hmm.
And Dodie and Alonzo are like, wait, what the fuck? Where'd he go? They're like, well, we got to follow that van.
Mm-hmm.
So Maloof has been kidnapped by Tawny's family, the Hillbillies.
Okay.
They have him tied up and they're throwing rocks at him, asking where the ring is.
Boy, this is just, like the tying him up and torturing him, like it's whatever. It's the fact that they claim they hated their sister. She was a bitch.
Yeah, they're like, we don't like Tawny either. We just want the ring.
Yeah, we're glad she's dead. We know that ring's worth $100K. And Maloof is like bloody. So much blood coming out of his mouth, dude. That was so much blood coming out of his mouth.
They threw a rock at his cock.
Yeah.
And then they punch him in the dick.
His head's bleeding. He's bleeding out. And he's like strung up like Christ-like with his arms stretched. Just very, yeah. So I thought Logan broke the guy's arm.
Yeah.
Last episode when he had the knife. But this guy's arm seems to be working just fine.
There was a big crunch when he fucking grabbed that knife and did the karate chop.
Yes. And there's no reason why he wouldn't break it.
Yeah.
2, did they just kick those guys out? They didn't get arrested for assaulting a congressman in his hotel room?
There was no harm, no foul. Yeah, we're not pressing charges.
They were smothering and they attacked Logan with a knife.
Yeah.
The word of the congressman, the word of Logan, the word of the son. Those guys are arrested.
Word of the mom. The mom was there too.
They're arrested, right? Like,
Not in Neptune. Chief Langdon's too busy looking into the bombing.
Yeah. Maybe start with the hillbillies. So it's just insane right there. And I was thinking about this last episode, how the family was offering to pay Tawny $50,000 just to not be with the brother, like, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And I was thinking between episodes, why not just pay $50,000 to the hillbilly family and just say, fuck it?
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. You're rich. The money doesn't matter. Just solve that little problem. Throw some money at the problem. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't like this family, but he's being strung up. He's like, it's a family heirloom. Shut the fuck up about a family heirloom. There won't be a family left. They're trying to kill you. And they only want $100,000. Just be like, hey, we'll pay the $50,000. We're going to pay Tawny. Take it or leave it. You kill me, you get nothing. $50,000 if you don't. Like, he's not even offering or negotiating money. And I just don't know how they're not injured or arrested.
But their van does get stolen while they're torturing Daniel Maloof. And they're like, fuck our van. They run off chasing the van. And then another car pulls up and it's Alonzo, takes out a big knife. And I was like, oh, Jesus Christ.
You thought he was going to stab him?
I thought so because they were trying to kill the congressman.
No.
But he unties Daniel Maloof, puts him in their car, and then he drives away with Daniel Maloof. And then we go back to the Murderhead meeting, and now all of the Murderheads are arguing over the Lily Kane murder. They're like, Duncan Kane was covered in blood. That needed to be this certain height in order to kill. They kind of accuse Veronica of killing Lily Kane. And then Veronica's like, hey, man, are we going to get to this forensics evidence? Because that's the only reason I'm here. You can argue about the Lily Kane murder on your own time. What was the forensics stuff?
It's crazy that they don't have a bigger reaction to hearing this stuff. Like, Logan doesn't flip out. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, that was my girlfriend who, like, triggered me to go crazy. I watched the sex tape of my dad on it. Like, it's like they're bringing up the Lily Kane stuff, but, like, I don't know. I'd be fine with them just leaving it alone unless they're gonna. I don't know what we're doing, but they don't react. I think my issue is that Veronica and Logan don't react. Like, hearing about this stuff brings up anything.
Yeah. But Patton Oswalt's like, all right, I got my forensics evidence, and it proves that Daniel Maloof did this bombing. He got the nail pulled from his back. The nail was manufactured at a plant in Tucson, Arizona. Guess who was in Tucson, Arizona? The Yakosh Indian tribe. Maloof was head of Indian Affairs Council, so that's why it's related. That's how I know it's Daniel Maloof. And Veronica and Logan look like, this fucking, are you serious? This is your tenuous conspiracy theory. And then everybody gets a text message. Mm-hmm. And it's news that the Sea Sprite bomber is dead. It was Perry Walsh, the vending machine attendant, blew himself up as cops tried to capture him. He had a manifesto in his freezer or something, and it's typical stuff that's like sluts must die. And Patton Oswalt's like, I think this Perry Walsh guy is a patsy. He didn't do it. And I was like, you're kind of onto something here.
I'm like, you do realize we're only on episode 3.
I'm not buying that rat thing is over either. The Who grocery.
I think it's all related somehow.
Yeah. But Veronica and Logan are like, all right, we're leaving. And then they leave and fucking Don's talking to Patton Oswalt. Like, really? The Yakosh Indian tribe? That's your... Patton Oswalt just shuts his screen off. Like, shut the fuck up, Don.
I would have loved for Logan to chime in a bit since he's been in Afghanistan and like gone overseas and seen like IEDs or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Because he would know a little bit about like explosive stuff and like where things are manufactured. It is a little bit of a reach, but it's something.
Mm-hmm. So we go back to Daniel Maloof with Alonzo. Maloof is thanking him for saving his life. They pick up Dodie, and Maloof is like, "Oh my God, thank you guys so much. I was really in a bad way back there, but you guys saved my life. Thank you." There's a little beat. He's like, "Where are we driving to? We're leaving town, aren't we?" And then he turns around and he sees a bunch of machetes and shovels and shit in the back. He's like, "Oh God, you guys are going to kill me, aren't you? And Alonzo's like, yeah.
They're so casual about it. I love it.
Well, that's why I was like, he pulls out a knife. Like, why would
I knew they were going to cut him down. I knew they weren't just going to gut him and drive away, because then that wouldn't be entertaining for TV.
So then Maloof is like, why are you going to kill me? And then Alonzo's like, hey, man, well, you killed my boss's nephew with that bomb, so we've been hired to kill you. And Maloof is like, I didn't have anything to do with that bomb. I didn't do anything. And they're like, yeah, but, sure, we're going to kill you. And then the Dodie's like, hey, turn up the volume on the news radio. And
the Deus Ex radio that happens right here. We praised the show last episode for having Keith have to come over, go through Hulu, do all this to like pull it up. Here it's just like, hey, we just listen to news radio when we pick up people and go on murder sprees. We don't listen to music. We listen to local radio news.
But the news on the radio is that the Sea Sprite bomber has been ID'd as Perry Walsh, and he was dead. He was killed by he's dead now, and he was killed by one of his own bombs as police surrounded his house. And Maloof is like, see, it wasn't me, so now you don't have to kill me. And they're like, nah, we still going to kill you. You heard some stuff about Claudia and the hotel. Like, you're smart. You put it together. He's like, I swear to God, I won't put it together. You can have my watch. Here, this watch is worth $20,000. And they're like, we're going to take that anyway.
Yeah, Donnie's great. Like, yeah, like, we're going to kill you. We're going to just take the watch.
Yeah, you think we're just going to leave your fucking watch on?
That watch didn't look like a $20,000 watch either.
No. I mean, most watches don't look like they're worth $20,000.
I just felt like it was like a leather strap.
Yeah, it was a leather strap. It's not $20,000.
It's not $20,000. That's a lie. I don't trust Maloof. Maloof did the bombing. He did it.
So then he goes, I'll pay you $100,000 to let me live. And then Alonzo's driving. He's kind of like, And he goes, how about this? I'll give you $100,000, but you got to do me a favor. And Alonzo's like, you don't have a lot of leverage here, Congressman. He's like, I want you to kill those two guys back there, those hillbillies. And then Alonzo looks like, I am in the mood for killing.
It's like there's a Rick and Morty one. Boy, I sure do love killing. Yeah, like that's what. It's wild that Maloof is just like hiring these men on a hit right now.
Well, it would make sense why they'd be interested now, because they get $100,000 and they also now have like more, like he won't talk about them because now he's in cahoots with them.
Yeah. They get $100,000 plus they've already done their job. The job has already been solved because the radio told them that the bomber's been found. So
yeah.
The bomber's been found. Let's make $100,000. Let's kill some racist hillbillies real quick and bounce out of town. Because the cops, they do mention the Gursky thing. Like Langdon is looking for that. But yeah, there's a missing kid and a bombing in this. That's in the spring break, man.
Yeah. A headless kid. King Pigursky's head was chopped off.
They haven't found the body, though. So it's probably just going to float up on the beach. Someone's going to surf over top of it or something. And they'll just blame a shark.
Logan's mom is going to come out of the water holding the body of King Pigursky. Lynn Eccles.
I'm starting to think Lynn Eccles isn't coming back. This episode, I just started to think maybe she's not coming back.
Yeah, I think maybe she did actually kill herself. Maybe she is dead.
Watch her show up in the last episode.
She better. And then Veronica goes, "What the fuck?" That's the end of the what the cusp bit.
Yes. If that's it, then I will boost this to the best season of the show all time.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I am liking the season.
Yeah.
I like the addition of Alonzo and Dodie. Those guys are great.
These are the type of bad guys that because of the tone of the show where it's like very dark, because they're dark. They're like chopping off heads. They're killing people. They're not good guys.
Yeah.
But they're comedic in a way. They're like a lot of fun banter.
This is the comedy that works. Like when Veronica and Dick and Logan are like doing E and playing No Scrubs, I'm like, this feels out of place. But like these guys, murder is just their job and they're not excited about it. It's just like another day at the office. The boss wants us to kill somebody. Let's go.
I'm trying to think of some of the other bad guys. Like you have some villains of the week that are like that. But
I mean,
the Fitzpatricks weren't great. The mayor was great.
Kind of a goofball.
The mayor was great because it was like dark. Woody
Goodman's pedophilia.
Yeah, I mean, of course they had to go that route, but yeah, they had that and like that scene when he has that turn and he's like looking at Veronica onto his. It was so
on his computer.
It was so creepy. But like the Fitzpatricks have always been like this, like we're mean. Like there's none of that. Like, oh man, Liam's there. He's like really killing the scene. He's like really funny. Like this is tense. And then the PCHers are too young. And the opening scene of this, Veronica's already like, oh, you're a PCHer. You're not going to do shit. I don't care about you. Here's a taser.
Yeah.
You're on the ground. She has a taser and she threatens you like she's going to tase you again if you don't give the wallet. If you don't think you can get up and run away from her, what is
I mean, she was out on a run. She's got good cardio.
You don't think you could sprint past? She's going to be chasing you carrying a bag of other wallets and a taser.
Fair enough. But yeah, I like Alonzo and Dodie. They're a good addition to the show.
This is an interesting twist. This is an interesting twist, though.
I feel like they've toned down I can't stress enough, like, the lack of the goofball music, because when Veronica Mars in like season 2, 1, 2, 3, they always had that like goofball music playing when something funny was happening. It's absent.
Yeah,
there's a lack of music in this season 4, and I think it works for the tone.
These two guys are great. You like it every time they come on scene. Even it's funny, even like the head on the countertop. He's like, so what about this guy? And you're like, that's so dark, but it's so darkly funny. Yeah. Maloof hiring them is interesting though.
Yeah, that is I like that. A good wrinkle in the story.
I mean, I get him paying this, but why didn't you offer just to give these hillbillies that are killing you money?
Yeah.
I mean, I know you don't want them to have money, but you know what these hillbillies are going to do when they get the money. They're just going to end up like spending it all, going broke, killing each other over it.
Yeah. But then it's like, then they feel like they could probably get another payout or something.
Not if you're planning to leave Congress. You never have to step foot in Neptune again.
We don't negotiate with hillbillies, Vance.
Fair enough. We hire Mexican cartel members to take them out.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, fair.
So Veronica and Logan are at home the next day, and he's got to go to work. He's got to go work for Maloof. And Veronica's like, why are you working for Maloof? The bomber was caught. Who needs the security detail for this congressman anymore?
Why would you need security detail in Neptune, one of the most dangerous places in the world?
Yeah, but Logan explains like, well, Maloof is still worried about the hillbillies. And there's a knock at the door. Yeah, come in. It's Keith. Keith comes in. He's like, hey, happy that we solved the case, but I bet you the police department's just going to take all the credit. And Logan's like, oh, Keith, I wanted to show you something. I saw this at the police station the other day. And it's the picture that he took. And it's a picture of the guy taking a shit in the vending machines at the Sea Sprite. And Veronica's like, she sees the picture and she's like, I know that guy. That guy tried to mug me a couple days ago. And Logan and Keith look at her like, what the fuck? You didn't tell us about this? And she's like, what? He's a PCHer. What is he going to do? It's a fucking thing. I tased him. But he had 6 of the most crisp $100 bills I've ever laid hands on in his wallet. It's a little suspicious. Am I right, fellas?
Yeah, and Keith's like, that is suspicious. And I'm more like, why did you have his wallet if you were being mugged? Like, where's that follow-up question? But I do want to go back to the beginning of this scene. Logan is making out with Veronica, and just like, they're back on good terms, man.
Yeah.
Therapy be damned. They're just back to normal. And then she makes a joke about like, when they knock on the door. Oh yeah, if you leave, I gotta hook up with someone else. And then Keith walks in and he goes, "Weird choice." And I'm like, dude, we don't need that.
I thought
joke.
that was pretty funny.
It's funny.
You know what?
Yeah, it is.
I'm liking Logan a lot more this season too.
Logan, he understands himself. He still shouldn't be hanging out with Dick.
Yeah.
I thought it was weird that he was golfing with Daddy Dick last episode, because then I was thinking about like, oh yeah, Logan used to bang Kendall.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
you know what I think it is too? Just like the lack of music in season 4, Logan hasn't done any kind of finger guns bullshit.
Oh, he does have his hands under control.
Yeah, he's not doing hand acting really anymore.
I kind of miss it. I kind of miss it.
After we were just like, Logan's really good this season. And I'm like, it's because he's not hand acting. You're like, oh, well, we need that.
If the hand acting comes back, when he sees his mom, if he goes into spasms and his hands start doing stuff, then we'll know. The hand acting was the flourishes. Yeah. Yeah, good call.
But yeah, that line of it's like, I'm leaving and you already got another guy coming. And Veronica's like, I got needs. And then it's Keith. Logan goes, weird choice, but okay.
Yeah, it's like,
this guy.
Like, who's your daddy?
But yeah, Veronica sees the guy taking the shit in the vending machines. It's the guy that was trying to mug her. Mm-hmm. Logan leaves. Keith and Veronica watch the news report. Langdon takes all the credit for, solving this bomber thing. Mm-hmm. Somebody asked her about King Pogorski, and she's like, we're still looking into that one. Mm-hmm. And Veronica is like, wait a second. Because she hears on the news report or whatever, she knows that Perry Walsh was at Chino.
Yeah, yeah.
And she's like, Daddy Dick and Clyde and the rat guy were all at Chino around the same time. I also think that my mugger has something to do with this as well. I'm starting to put stuff together. Like, do you think that Daddy Dick and Clyde are using their Chino connections to kill the spring breaking in Neptune because they want to stop that? And they're going to put the kibosh on Comrade Quacks, and there's going to be no more spring break in Neptune? And Keith is like, I don't know, honey. Well, what about the guy, Perry Walsh's manifesto? And Veronica goes, planted? Keith's like, that's good enough for me. I'm going to look into it.
She says, cuss me running.
Yeah.
That's it. I'll just leave it at that.
So Keith's way of looking into it is he agrees to take Clyde's case of looking for Ichiko Doi, his ex.
You love saying that.
I do. It's a great name. It's a great name to say. It's very fun. Mm-hmm. And he's taking this case only to get closer to Clyde and like learn more about him and his inner workings. And Keith then also asks him, he's like, hey, the Sea Spray bomber, Perry Walsh, he was a Chino and you were a Chino. You know him at all? And Clyde's like, I mean, no. I mean, if we were in at Chino at the same time, like, I never ran into him. I don't know him. The people at Chino are not the most cool people to hang around with. And Keith's like, yeah, I get it. And then Clyde and Keith start talking about golfing, get a nice little product placement of Allbirds here.
Dude, the Allbirds product placement really hits hard now that Allbirds is no longer a sneaker company, is now an AI company. Which
they're an AI company now?
Yeah, just Google Allbirds AI company.
No way, because I remember Allbirds was like sneakers and shorts and stuff, like athletic wear.
I bought my mom a pair of Allbirds once.
Wow.
And they became an AI company. Now,
how the fuck?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. The world is messed up.
Oh my God.
Like if you heard Nike turned into an AI company, that'd be like shocking, but you'd be like, they're so big. Yeah. Whatever. But Allbirds being like, yeah, we're just whatever trend is happening we'll turn into.
Wow. I was on avails for an Allbirds commercial.
Yeah.
I was about to be an Allbirds spokesperson.
You were about to be Mr. Allbird.
I was. Wow. Anyway. So Clyde is leaving. And he sees Keith, he's walking with his cane. And Clyde's like, hey, man, if it's not too much to ask, like, it's not too personal, like, why are you walking with a cane? Keith's like, had a car accident a couple years ago. And, Clyde is like, I know a great, like, orthopedic surgeon. Like, one of the benefits of working for Daddy Dick is, like, I got access to all this, like, rich people shit, like, doing these crazy golf courses. He's got LeBron James as orthopedic surgeon on retainer. Like, I could hook you up for free. And Keith's like, nah, I'm good. And he's like, are you sure, man? It's on the house. We can make this happen for you.
Like, you just take it. I mean, like, just take it. Because he mentions concierge medicine. And I was like, oh, yeah, that sounds fancy.
Yeah, I didn't even know what that meant.
Yeah.
That's how brokey I am.
Yeah, I was like, all right, cool.
But then Clyde, and I was like, oh, this is going to play into something later on.
But Clyde is charming the pants off of Keith.
Yes, he is.
And J.K. Simmons can do it. J.K. Simmons is just a man.
So Clyde then pulls out a recording device. He's like, trust me, Keith, it's going to be great to try to hook you up with this because, like, listen to all these lists of assignments that fucking Daddy Dick gives me on the daily.
Murder this guy.
He pulls out a, like, old-timey recording device. And he plays like Daddy Dick, like, hey, check out and see if this property wants to sell their stuff. And see if they got one of those massage beds. I want to get one for my son for Christmas and blah, blah. And then Clyde's like, this is just one of 22 assignments for today.
The thing that Daddy Dick is trying to buy for Dick's birthday is like super expensive. Like they're talking about like $1 million deals and stuff, which makes me go back to the BS of Daddy Dick not wanting Dick to buy a couple $100 worth of liquor at the golf course, just so we could have the setup of Clyde being like, charge it to the thing.
Yeah.
What are we doing? This Daddy Dick is rich.
Yeah. But he's like, trust me, Keith, I'd feel good about like hooking you up with this concierge medicine. And Keith's like, you know what? Maybe I'll think about it. Keith and Clyde are bonding hard, my guy.
Yeah.
If only Cyrus O'Dell was alive, they would have been the Three Musketeers.
These are Keith's favorite people. Cyrus O'Dell, Clyde, and the baseball player. Who he was fawning over.
Yeah, Jackie's dad.
Yeah, Jackie's dad.
Terrence Cook.
Terrence Cook, yeah.
Yeah.
Keith falls for these dudes.
Yeah. But Veronica comes in just as Clyde's leaving. He's like, I mean it. I'll hook you up. Keith's like, all right. So Clyde leaves and Veronica's like, what was that all about? And Keith's like, don't worry about it. So Veronica's like, all right, I won't. So anyway, I found out that Wallace is Matty Ross's physics teacher. And Matty's been getting a bunch of phone calls lately, begging her to sell the Sea Sprite property. And Keith is like, has she gotten a call from Daddy Dick or whatever? And she's like, not yet, but I think that he probably will. And Keith's like, I don't want to believe that. I just bonded with his boy Clyde. I don't think they're in the market. They wouldn't bother a teenage girl.
Yeah, the guy who traumatized his son so badly that he went on to kill the mayor and a bus full of kids. Just like, Daddy Dick's not a bad guy. He just went to jail for defrauding one of your teachers in school and a bunch of other people.
Yeah.
He's not a bad guy. Not that
and
bad.
Who isn't a bad guy either? Clyde. Let me tell you a little story about Clyde.
This is ridiculous. When you start saying
grinning ear to ear telling Veronica the story. When Clyde robbed banks, he didn't use guns. And during one of his robberies, a pregnant lady went into labor, and on his getaway, he dropped her off at the hospital. Like, that guy, he's a good guy. And I'm like, hey, Keith, let's do a little digging about this Clyde guy.
Keith, you have been around the bad people. You were working with Aaron Eccles, who you got in a fight with because he was trying to kill your daughter. Mm-hmm. You were working for Goodman. You found out he was molesting kids. Mm-hmm. How about we just not trust anyone anymore?
Well, I'm just like, did Keith read this robbery story in like a police report, or did Clyde tell him this and he's just like, I'll believe you?
How did that come up? Hey, I need you to look for this girl. Oh, by the way, when I was robbing banks, I never used a gun.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm guessing because if he didn't do his due diligence after being like, I'm getting closer to Clyde to like see how he works because he's a suspect.
I feel like this is a show kind of forcing the split between Keith and Veronica, but not doing it, like kind of speed running it.
Yeah.
Like, give me more examples of Clyde. They haven't introduced Clyde as someone we as the audience know Clyde is not fully trustworthy.
Yeah.
So when we see Keith do this, we're not like split.
Yeah. Yeah. But then Keith is like, hey, Veronica, maybe we should just stop looking into this bombing thing. Like, I think that, they got their guy. He exploded. We got a manifesto. And Veronica's like, are you sure, man? Because I think that there's something else happening here. And Keith's like, let's just take the win. And Veronica's like, all right, okay. I'll stop looking into it.
Yeah.
Keith is like, cool.
I did like that he brought up, like, I feel like we're just milking the Maloofs for money if we keep going. Mm-hmm. I understand that part a bit. Like, if you do think that's the actual bomber and you keep being like, well, that's not the bomber, keep giving us money, that does feel a little shady. Not any more shady than having a guy show up to their place to pick up a check.
Yeah. But they go over to the Maloof's suite at the Neptune Grand, and he's writing his last check to the Mars. And Veronica sees that Daniel Maloof is beat up quite a bit. He's got a big gash on his head, and she's like, what happened there? And he's like, oh, I tripped and fell into a mirror. Clumsy old Daniel Maloof.
This is the most unbelievable part of the episode.
Yep.
Logan is standing there. He would notice something's up. His face was decked with rocks. Like, he would be bruised. So much blood came out of his mouth.
Yeah. He'd probably be missing some teeth.
He would be swollen.
Mm-hmm.
And no, he just like has a little bruise on his head. He's like, oh, I just tripped and hit the mirror. I was like, are you guys all buying this?
Yeah. But Alex Maloof is there, and he's like, you guys really think that the cops got the right guy? And Keith was like, yes, goodbye. And Veronica's like, no, I don't. And then Keith rolls his eyes. He's like, oh, fucking.
I feel like I understand this scene, but I need another beat with Maloof.
I thought that this also was going to be the end of the episode because it like kind of zooms into Veronica, and it's like, I don't think we've got the right guy.
If it's the end of the episode, I'm fine. But because it's not, I need Congressman Maloof to be like, wait, what do you mean that's not the guy? Because like, if I'm him and I hear that they don't think that that's the bomber, and I just have two Mexican dudes that want to kill me because they think it's the bomber, that adds another weight to the thing. Yeah. Not only is the bomber still around, but the guys, if it's announced that guy is not the bomber, these Mexican guys are doubling back at me.
Yeah.
So I need him to be like, wait, what do you mean? But if it's the end of the episode, I'm fine. You cut it here. We see the split. But otherwise, like she said that in front of everyone.
Yeah. The mom, Alex, Daniel, Logan, Keith.
There needs to be more conversation. You don't just walk out of there with a check. He's like, should I still be paying you guys? Like, what's happening? What did I just pay you for?
Yeah. But then we cut to Keith taking his pills, and he goes to the fancy doctor, and the fancy doctor wants Keith to keep a record of all of his memory fails and call him next time he has an episode. And then Keith is getting a CT scan. He puts in some earbuds, playing some hair metal, and Keith is fucking so stoked.
I love how like pristine and white and clean this place is. He's like, hey, the doctor will see you. He's like, I just got here. He's like, no, we got the paperwork sent over. He's like, computers exist?
Yeah. We got all of your charts from your previous doctors.
We'll go over it when you get back. I was like, yeah, like he not only is he not spending any money, he's getting this treatment. You milked this. Like, you're talking about not milking Maloof. You milk daddy dick out of this healthcare thing until you figure it out. And then you don't even find this lady.
I was going to say, even if you find out that Clyde absolutely 100% did it, you wait a while.
Yeah. You wait a while. You string out the like, we're so close to finding Ichiko Doi or whatever her name is.
Ichiko Doi.
We're so
I
close.
like the picture of Clyde with her too.
Yeah.
Like in Hawaii, or so they got lays on or some shit.
He never met this woman before.
That's the most clearly photoshopped picture of all time. More photoshopped than that one on True Blood that they
Yes.
keep fucking showing.
That True,
Patreon.com/boys watching Buffy.
that True Blood photo, man. That needs to be burned.
So then we have we got a returner boy.
Mm-hmm.
We go to a PCH or cookout, and Weevil and Hector are there, and they're chatting.
Mm-hmm.
And the mugger that mugged Veronica, he shows up. He's like, "Hey, man, I got somebody that you got to meet." And Claudia comes, and she's there with Alonzo. And Weevil, looks at Alonzo. He's like, "Hey, man, what's up?" And Alonzo's like, "What's up with you, man? How's it going?" And Weevil looks at his leg, and he recognizes a tattoo that's like, shows that he's connected to a Despiadado. And I guess that Claudia was like working for Weevil or something.
She's Weevil's sister.
Oh, that's his sister?
Yeah. That's what they say.
Okay, because Weevil sees that he's like, "Hey, man, well, you better take good care of her, and we won't have any problems." And Alonzo's like, "Oh, shit."
Well, I like that Weevil asks, "You got anything to do with the bombing?" He's like, "No, it wasn't."
Yeah.
No, he's like, "No." He's like, "No, we didn't
Yeah,
do the
he
bombing."
says something.
He's like,
"We didn't do the bombing." And Weevil's like, "That's not what I asked, but sure."
Yeah.
You're here because of the bombing. That's what it was.
I love that Weevil knows right away because of the tattoo.
Yeah.
Who he is. Interesting that the sister invited this guy to this Fast and Furious party of PCHers. It was like, "Hey, you want to go out? I want you to meet my brother and his gang members." I was like, all right. But yeah, so I do like that Weevil and Alonzo already, there's no, "Oh, is he bad? Is he good?" Instantly.
Yeah. Real recognize real. Like, all right, I know that you're up to some shit. You know that I'm up to some shit. Here's my gang.
Mm-hmm.
I know that you got a gang. Let's be chill. Treat my sister well.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of a scene where Alonzo was just kind of standing around for an extended period of time, just staring straight ahead before Claudia comes back.
Yeah.
Which was funny. I was like, Alonzo looks like a fish out of water here, but he shouldn't.
He should look like a fish out of water. I mean, he doesn't know this group of people.
Yeah, I guess. And he is dressed not biker gangy.
Yeah. He doesn't know these people. He's completely fish out of water. He's not threatened, but he's definitely fish out of water.
Yeah. So then we go to the volleyball tournament that Dick Casablancas is hosting as part of Comrade Quacks's deal with him or whatever.
Because he's the king of spring break, because he's in the movie. Because a town full of tons of celebrities.
Yeah.
Dick Casablancas is
Y'all see Catalina Heat yet? Woo! And bunch of sex jokes, bunch of dick jokes.
Now this again is what crushed me, because Nicole is in the bleachers behind Veronica, and Wallace is there. No line, but he's there too. And Nicole is kind of cringing and laughing at all the stuff that Dick is saying, which just goes against a character with those gloves that hates these douchebags.
Yeah.
But also runs a douchebag run bar. But I understand she runs a bar and spring breakers come and she makes money off of it. But she does
get that bag, dude.
But she does seem like she wants to keep things on the up and up in her establishment. But by inviting Dick Casablancas to your establishment is now that type of place. And he is just talking about hooking up with girls. I'm here for your daughters. And she's just like, oh. I don't think she would find any of this funny.
Yeah, you're right.
And it's a character thing. Let me figure. It's like when Dick Casablancas steps into a scene, everyone acts differently than they would to any other character doing the same exact thing.
Yeah.
If that kid that she punched had said any of those words that had to happen, she would react differently. If the guy in the last episode that gets punched in the throat for the volleyball, pass me out ballo, had said any of those things, she would react differently. Dick Casablancas says it, and we're all just like, that guy.
That's Dick for you.
I don't know. Even
Yeah.
Veronica's like even watching this and like kind of like chuckling a bit.
I did enjoy that they're like, all right, let's bring out our opponents. And it's like an Olympic volleyball team.
Yeah.
Like the women that they're playing, like they take their shirts off and they've got like chiseled abs. And then they're playing and they just keep spiking it into Dick's like little beer gut.
Yeah.
It was excellent.
I'm not. Why are they playing?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was like kind of like the gag of like seeing Dick getting like Dick could be in on this joke.
But why are people gathered to watch Dick Casablancas and strange guy Logan that they don't recognize?
Yeah, that was what I was going to bring up. Like Dick keeps bringing up like, and my friend here, he brought his 6-pack. Like Logan's an unknown person.
Why is
like,
he? Why?
And
And he told Logan that like 2 days ago. Like this was not
Yeah.
planned. He was like, "Hey, you're gonna be my partner." What if Logan had to work? What if Logan like?
Yeah, I do love me some beach volleyball though.
It just felt like they wanted to have a beach volleyball scene.
Yeah. But the game's going on. They keep spiking it at the Dick, and then off in the distance, another bomb goes off. Everybody starts freaking out. Everyone's running away from the bomb, except Veronica Mars, who's walking towards it. She's like, I wish I wasn't right. I wish we could have just taken the W like my dad wanted, but I knew that something was up. Why am I always right?
Dude,
Vance is rolling his eyes and shaking
I
his head.
can't with this line here.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I was right. Why do I always have to be right? I've watched the show. You're not always right. Why? What is this line?
Yeah.
What is this redacted history of Veronica always being right?
Yeah.
And 2, this goes back to my problem with the first episode of the season and the teasing. They've already told us that it's multiple bombings in the first episode. So now, this bombing is not surprising. It's not surprising when they say, I think it ruins the whole, is Perry Walsh, like again, you could tell because of this, it's a show.
Mm-hmm.
You could be like, is Perry Walsh the bomber? We don't know if he's a bomber or not. But I know he's not the bomber because he just killed himself, and I know there's other bombings. So now it's not even a mystery.
5 more episodes.
But there's 5 more episodes. But even if you go to season 2 when there was a bus bombing, you don't know who the bomber is. But there's not another bombing until like the end of the season with the plane. So you don't have to know that there's going to, just knowing that there's going to be another bomber ruins the middle of the whole Perry Walsh thing in a way that's unneeded.
Fair.
Like it doesn't add more intrigue to it. Now I'm just like waiting for more bombs to go off. I know Veronica's right about this being a patsy situation because I know there's another bomber. And I'm just like, why did you give that information away in episode 1 first scene? None of the bombings are surprising because you know they're coming. The first episode, you see them at the Sea Sprite talking about 2 days later, and then the bombing happens. I was like, yes, you teased it already.
Yeah.
And then the whole crisp dollar bills thing. I wish he didn't have that line at the beginning. Because now they do the whole, oh, wait, the crisp $100 bills. Oh, maybe they're paying that guy to shit in the thing so that he can ruin the Sea Sprite. You know, like, because Dick wants to get rid of, Daddy Dick wants to get rid of Spring Break for some reason, you know? And I'm like, just have her look at it, but don't give me the voiceover.
Yeah.
It's like, I know there's an explosion. I know there's like the mad bomber of Neptune or whatever. So I know like there's going to be multiple bombs.
Yeah. But that is keep calm and party on. Do you have anything else to say about this one?
It definitely helps that the chief didn't give Marv's credit for finding the bomber.
True.
If she did, that would have looked really bad for them.
Yeah. Next episode is titled Heads You Lose. There's no comma. It's heads you lose.
Little double entendre with the coin flip, and I guess Alonzo and them are gonna kill the hillbillies.
I feel like the hillbillies are already dead.
What do you mean they're already dead? Why do you assume that?
They killed him that night.
How?
doubled back and fucking went to kill him.
You don't. Yeah, I thought his arm was broken based off of what I saw the episode before. So there's no way there.
Fair point.
There's no way. There's no way.
All right, so you think the Hillbillies are going to get it in Heads You Lose?
I think they're going to get in Heads You Lose. This will, I think, Dodie.
I think Veronica's going to pay a visit to
think,
Weevil.
I think Dodie is going to get caught in this, and it's going to go back to Despiadado. News is going to get back to Despiadado.
I'm predicting Veronica makes a visit to Weevil to ask him about the six crispest $100 bills.
Mm-hmm.
See if he knows anything about the mugger and why he was shitting in the Sea Sprite ice machine.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we're going to get, this isn't the end of the rat situation at the grocery store.
No.
Keith is going to have some new information about that. The rats keep happening, just like the bombings keep happening.
I think
because of a bad steak.
I'm going to say there's two things. Keith is going to be a little more limber based off of his new physical therapy. You know, he's going to be spinning his cane and walking around with a little more pep in his step.
I'm walking on sunshine.
And I think we're going to get Veronica meeting up with Wallace and walking through the halls of Neptune High again.
Ooh, okay. What else do I think? I think that Clyde's gonna underhandedly like do something shitty to Daddy Dick in this episode.
His meal ticket?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it seems like he's also like, I don't know, like who has the power here? Because Clyde is like charging those cognac bottles to Daddy Dick in a dick move.
I feel like Daddy Dick has to know that you don't fuck with Clyde.
Yeah, but it seems like he doesn't. Or like,
we haven't seen them in a private situation together outside of like public facing.
Yeah, like why is he giving him all these assignments? Like you're my bitch boy and you're gonna fucking work
because he works
for me.
For him. Because he does work for him. I mean, I'm sure he's overpaid.
Yeah, true.
I mean, he's definitely overpaid to like, oh, you got to call a place and ask if they're selling the massage table. Like,
yeah.
If that's your medical care you're getting off of that.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. That's a wrap for Keep Calm and Party On, everybody. Thanks for listening. Hop on Discord. Let us know what you thought. Join our Patreon, patreon.com/boyswatchingbuffy. We're covering True Blood, 50 Shades of Summer, Instagram, TikTok, @boyswatchingbuffy, boyswatchingbuffy@gmail.com. If you want a shout out, Apple Podcast 5-star rating and review, Spotify 5-star rating, screenshot, send that into us. Amazon wishlist. Vance has a couple of books on there that he's pining for. We were talking about before the podcast. He's like, I hope somebody gets me one of them books. I'm wishing upon a star.
I was hoping my co-host would get one of the books for me.
Nope. That's on you folks. Listen to this right now.
Wow. We can't give gifts to each other. Wow. See how it is.
What? Well, it is your birthday.
Yeah, it is technically.
It's your birthday.
On the release of this, isn't it?
Oh my God, we didn't. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Vance. Happy birthday to you. Wow, we really fucking forgot about that. It's Vance's birthday, everybody. Get him that book.
I don't advertise my birthday like you do.
Yeah. Well, that's why you don't get books.
I got
an
enough.
Amazon wish list. Everybody, I'm going to advertise it. Get Vance some stuff.
No one's listening right now.
You don't think?
Who listens?
This is where the best banter usually happens. When I am advertising our Instagram.
Stay tuned for the post-song clip from the show.
Yeah, there we go. Clip this out and put it in the front. Yeah, it's Amazon wish list. It's Vance's birthday, everybody. He turned 48.
Not 48.
Yeah. And stay tuned next time for when we talk about Heads You Lose.
Don't forget, son of the murderer.
Well, so say some.
Seltzer Kings.
Podcasts.